In a grand kingdom far away, there lived two beautiful princes, Princess Emma and Princess Emo. Though they were sisters, but their hearts were very different. Princess Emma is a humble and loved by everyone in the palace, that she helps in tending to some duties. The palace and the servants all doted on her. Princess Emma, on the other hand, is proud and arrogant. She loves herself a bit too much, and her beauty got to her head. She would mock anything she felt was ugly and look down on anyone below her social class. She has the servants at her back and call for all her daily needs and never assist in any duty around the palace. One fateful day, the two princes went for a ride in the forest as a regular activity they embark on every week. On their way back, an unforeseen windstorm struck the forest, and the two princes were separated from their entourage. The windstorm blew them into the forest far away from home. As the storm quietened, the princes came out from their hiding place, stranded and confused. They called out loudly for help, but no one answered. At that point, it dawned on them, but they might be lost. Princess Emo broke down in tears. It is almost time for my beauty session. I cannot afford to miss a beauty session, else I might turn into an ugly duckling like the maids, she cried. Princess Emma was surprised at her sister's trivial worries at that point in time. She instead prayed silently that they would find a clue that could lead them back to their home safely. As the sun began to set, the princess, exhausted and hungry, sat at the root of a tree in the heart of the forest. An ugly bird with ragged feathers and a crooked beak landed on a nearby branch. I can help you find your way home, the bird offered in a raspy voice. Princess Emo looked at the bird and laughed mockingly. Why would I listen to an ugly bird like you? Get away from me. I will wait for a beautiful bird to guide me home. Princess Emma cautioned her sisters for speaking rudely to the bird. She acknowledged the bird's kindness and said, Please show us the way back to our home. Our parents would be so worried about us. The ugly bird nodded in agreement and asked the princess to follow him closely behind. The bird led Princess Emma and Emo through the thick forest until they came to an intersection with two roads ahead. The shiny road on the right is beautiful, but it has a lot of distraction. You might get carried away if you take this route. You must not touch anything. If you forge ahead, resisting the temptation, you might find your way at the end of the road. The bird said, pointing to the shiny road. The road on the left, however, is shorter, but narrow and ugly. Your clothes will get soggy, and it will lead you through a thorny path that you must endure, and at the end of it you will find your home. The bird wished them luck and flew up into the sky. Princess Emma suggested that they take the ugly road that is shorter, but her sister Emo ignored her and followed the path down the shiny road. Princess Emma walked down the ugly road and soon came into the thorny forest. She endured the thorns, her clothes soaked with the muddy soil beneath her feet. She fought her way through it, all until she stumbled out into an open field. Right ahead is the palace in the far distance. She smiled gratefully and headed down her home to reunite with their family. Princess Emo, who took the shiny, beautiful pathway, continued down the road, amazed at the beautiful scenery. She came across a garden filled with beautiful flowers and shimmering butterflies. She was amazed at how beautiful it looked. If only Emma had followed me down this road, she would have been privileged as well to behold this beauty. She thought to herself as she remembered her sisters who went down the ugly pathway. As she was admiring the beauty of the garden, she sighted a butterfly that had a very pale color. "What are you doing in this beautiful garden, you ugly butterfly?" she screamed angrily at the butterfly. "This is not a place for creatures like you." Emo stomped angrily at the butterfly, killing it, and just immediately the beautiful garden began to transform into a dark, gloomy forest. Emo became confused. She looked around to realize everything had turned pale and the flowers withering. The ground turned very dirty and muddy. It began to soak up the tip of her dress. Disgusted and terrified, she ran down the road, hoping to make her way out of the withering forest, until she stumbled upon a river. She looked down at the beautiful dress to see it has been soaked up by the soggy ground. She decided to rinse out the tip of her dress. Princess Emo bent down at the river bank and she caught her reflection in the